Hi, this is Lisa Kelly, Notre Dame author and class of 1993, and you are watching the Two Irish Brothers show. Cheers and go Irish.
Going deep for Smith. Irv Smith. What a run by Smith. Look at that. Touchdown. Oh, my.
What's up, everyone? I'm Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
And this is the Two Irish Brothers show. Now, first off, you guys know the routine. Hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Like or dislike the video for the algorithm purposes. And make sure you hit the bell icon so you always know when the two of us upload some new material or go live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite a while since the two of us have been on screen together. So we've got some, I guess you could say we have an action-packed episode for you because we got several things that we wanted to talk about before, but we just couldn't do it because we didn't have the time. So we're kind of doing like a cram session for like final exams in high school, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And also, Ben, I know you'll appreciate me pointing this out, but you have a little, we discussed this already, you have a little technical difficulty issue on your end. So to everyone watching, if you see Ben freeze up or whatever, that's why. But it looks like your camera and audio is doing pretty well now. So hopefully we don't run into that problem.
Yep.
So it is what it is. We all have that kind of stuff going on. But yeah, Ben, it has been a few weeks since the two of us last did a show. And well, first off, how have you been doing?
I'm good, and I'm excited because college football is officially back. We are in week 0. It's week 0, but college football is back. And the nicest thing about this weekend is Notre Dame doesn't play, and we don't have to stress about it. So, like, while Florida State and Georgia Tech are figuring their stuff out and a couple of these other programs, and they're fretting about whether they're going to win or lose, we can just sit back and watch some college football this weekend and not be worried.
It'll be cool for both those teams to get a chance to experience Ireland and play a game over there like Notre Dame has several times already. So I'm actually looking forward to that one to see what kind of crowds Georgia Tech and Florida State bring to the Aviva Stadium over there. So anyway, Ben, getting right into things. We both have a couple topics that we want to talk about. And this is actually one that I wanted to do a couple weeks ago when the article was released. And I did talk about it on a live stream that I did here about a week ago or so, maybe the week before, I forget. But you saw the article where and this was clearly done by a parody account. It was right. I forget what the account's name was, but this account posted an article, and I gotta say this was very impressive. For a parody, it got viewed almost like 2 million times.
Yeah,
very impressive for a parody account. But even though it was like fake news, still says it's fake news, but that doesn't mean that stuff isn't going on behind the scenes that we don't even know.
You never know. Yeah.
But this article was about Notre Dame, along with Clemson, Florida, and Miami, joining the Big 12 Conference. And, of course, the title was Breaking News. Notre Dame and these 3 other schools are talking about joining the Big 12, or they've been in talks with the Big 12. Parody, yes. But still, I got to be honest, man. This idea of Notre Dame and those 3 schools, which in those 3 ACC schools, which would break their grant of rights deal, and that would basically kill the ACC. This idea intrigues me a little bit.
If it were to happen, yes.
Yeah. This idea of Notre Dame.
It would be it. I mean, obviously we have multiple California teams in the ACC right now.
Yes.
And we have a few West Coast teams in the Big Ten. So Texas and Oklahoma moving to the SEC is the only regional, and even then regional is kind of a stretch, but less of a stretch than
they're on the outskirts.
Clemson, or not Clemson, Stanford and Cal joining the ACC. But yes, it would be absolutely bonkers if Notre Dame joined the Big 12. And nothing would make me laugh more if Notre Dame joined the Big 12, because we know the history. At least us Notre Dame fans know the history with the Big 12, or the Big 10, I should say.
Yes.
And that whole debacle. Because everybody just said, oh, well, Notre Dame should join the Big 10. Why? Why should Notre Dame join the Big 10? Because regionally it makes sense. And because what?
Well, the last live stream
are in that conference now that Southern Cal joined it. Like, okay.
I know. And I just said this in the last live stream that I did on here, but with so many of our fans, like the ones who are very pro-conference, and I've said this a million times and I'll say it again. If Notre Dame joins a conference, okay, I don't care. Just get it done on the field. Conference or independent, doesn't matter to me. Right. But so many of our fans that are in the pro-conference category, their mindset is that of we're obligated to join the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And I said in this live stream, no, we're not obligated to join shit. We don't owe anybody anything, especially the Big Ten.
Yeah.
If anything, we owe more gratitude to the ACC for basically giving us a schedule during 2020.
Yeah.
But we don't owe the Big Ten a damn thing. But you have so many fans that are borderline thinking that we are obligated to join that conference. And I get the arguments. Like you said, there's a lot of our rivals in that conference now. It makes sense geographically. So what? Does that make us obligated to join it? No.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, we have always been a team, and people can be like, well, whatever. We've always been a team that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter travel-wise. Like, we'll play anywhere, anybody, anytime. Doesn't matter. And there are so many other teams out there that shall remain nameless that stay in their little bubble. Mm-hmm. You know, that they never cross the Mason-Dixon or they never go south. Not Notre Dame. So what? Regionally, we're cool with this. Okay. So what? You know?
Yeah.
I think it would be hilarious if we joined the Big 12.
But, and just like I've said before, what a big FU to the Big Ten
mm-hmm.
that would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because here's the thing. I know people would call it stupid, of course, if we did that in this scenario of joining the Big 12 and bringing Clemson, Florida State, and Miami with us. But there's actually a good argument for us joining this conference because even without Texas and Oklahoma, which I admit it would have been nice if they stayed, in that scenario, we're bringing a hell of a lot of competition with us. We're joining some good competition because there is some good competition in that conference.
Yeah.
But we maintain and renew old rivalries because Florida State, Miami, Clemson, there's already history there. One key school in the Big 12 that's currently there, West Virginia. There is some history there. The last national championship we won, we topped it off with beating West Virginia in the 1989 Fiesta Bowl, excuse me. But there's also Houston in that conference, 79 Cotton Bowl. And then of the other teams, we've played them variously at different points. Like we have played Baylor before. We have played Kansas
ASU.
Before. Yes. Yep, that's true. Arizona, if we did, it hasn't been for a while.
Yeah, I can't remember a time that we played Arizona. But yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, and anything can happen right now. That's the biggest thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's fake news. Who cares?" Anything can happen. Like, especially when it comes to Notre Dame, because Notre Dame has nothing to break from. No conference laws, no conference contract, nothing. The only thing they have is scheduling X amount of ACC teams every year due to their tie-in with the ACC
Yes.
in football.
And usually anywhere from 4 to 6 games.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. It would be really, really interesting to see what happens with all that.
But in that scenario, though, I could see I could definitely see them building new rivalries with playing. We played Utah in the past. Utah's now there. Even with there's history with Colorado. The infamous fake holding call.
Yeah.
But still, we played Colorado a few times before then as well. So it's a chance to bring back old rivalries, and it'd be a chance to build some new ones. Hence Utah, TCU, Arizona, and so on. So I know people are thinking, Sean, you are a complete moron for even considering slobbering over this. Like, well,
it would just be intriguing. That's the biggest thing. Like, it's just intriguing. I don't care where they go. I'm with you. I don't really care. What I want is to be a program that is like Alabama and Georgia. That's what I want. I want us to be to a spot where when we go to play someone, it's us.
Yes.
No one's doubting us winning the game. We are slated to win the game, period. And if the other team wins, it's an upset on their part.
Well, and
I want our own people to believe that we are the team. Beat writers, fans, whoever. Like, that's what I want. I want everybody to be like, Notre Dame's winning this game. There is no hope.
And I know that's a good lead-in point to the next.
Unless there's some divine intervention, there is no hope for this team that's coming in to play Notre Dame. Whether it's on the road or whether it's at home in South Bend.
Oh, I gotcha.
So,
and you mentioned
that's what I want. That's what I want. And I don't care if it's the Big 10. I don't care if it's the Big 12. I don't care if it's the Pac-12.
Well, they're gone.
Washington State and Oregon. Oregon State, I should say. Like, I don't care. I just want to win a championship, and I want to see Notre Dame get back to a point of such relevance where we don't have these commentators constantly shitting on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I want some respect.
Well, and also that actually is a good lead-in point, but I want to mention one thing before we get to that. In this scenario, if that were to happen and Notre Dame joined the Big 12, that whole scenario, this is what we were talking about this when I was on vacation a couple weeks ago, and they would never call it the Notre Dame Conference, but you damn well know that if all that happened, if those three teams broke away from the ACC and they broke the Grant of Rights deal, the ACC became no more, they went with Notre Dame to the Big 12, you damn well know that Notre Dame would be leading the way somewhat in that conference, that they would definitely have some kind of, for lack of a better term, governing body presence in there. At least I think they would anyway, for sure. I mean, yes, the Big 12 logo would be there, but you damn well know that Notre Dame would definitely be helping and running the show.
Yeah.
So that's just my take on that. But overall, despite that article being phony, actually the headline actually saying that they were talking to the Big 12, that idea does intrigue me. I'm not going to lie about that. That is a very –
and we have no clue. We have no clue who Notre Dame is really talking to. I mean,
exactly.
They could be talking to the Big 10. They could be talking with the ACC for becoming a full-fledged member of the conference. Who knows? We don't know.
That would save the ACC.
Oh, if Notre Dame joined the ACC, I think Florida State and Clemson would stay.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to get out like they currently are. But in my opinion, if anything were to actually happen, it would be the ACC. Just because every other sport except for one other, which is hockey.
Yeah, which is
in the ACC. And we already have the tie-in with them, with football. So logically, the ACC conference makes the most sense for Notre Dame.
Well, contractually, they have to.
Stranger things have happened.